retain that setup. So if I do a page setup and save all my plot scenarios for this sheet, if I use cut and paste and 0, 0 as my common spot, that same page setup will work for every one of these layouts. And so you don't have to create a save for foundation, a save page layout for the next one. You can use all of them. See? So what I do is I just come in, grab this guy, Control C, hit section, and then hit Control V, and then when it asks me for my insertion point, just type in 0, 0, and it will paste it in exactly the same spot as the first one. And then I delete my viewports or whatever and add things in. Now, once you set all these up, as you come through here, make sure you go through your title block that's sitting right here and update all the information. Okay. So scale may be constant. If the scale is constant throughout the page, if you've got different scales, it should be as noted, right? You can't really, let me jump in and just kind of show you what I would then do. Okay. So I'm basically going to come down here and I'm going to just start at the bottom. Now this guy is going to be sheet 7 of 7 sheets. I think I only used 5 for the original structure here. Okay. So I'm going to update the date. My name hasn't changed. Okay. I might have to update my scale. Client's probably the same. Did anybody do Robert? Who is Robert Reamer this year? For a client. I know somebody was. Nobody remembers him?
Maybe it's David.
What's that?
Maybe it's David.
Might be. Anybody been to the Yellowstone Inn? The big lodge there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh, that's good.
One of my favorite buildings on the planet. That Versailles beam in there. Every time I go in there, I want to come back in the middle of the night and cut that thing out and put it in the house. that is an impressive beam. Like 10 foot thick and just beautiful. Then update the title. Okay, this is going to be a section A-A. Okay, so make sure you're updating all of that. Then just delete your viewport and set these things up. Let me go to a different floor. Now, once you set the plan, see, like here is, let me kind of make this back up. But any questions on how to set up your layouts and stuff? Now, once you get that done, then start doing your viewports and use the major plans first. Remember, you want every one of these sheets to read well. So the main component ought to be, you know, the way you read a book. It should be front and center, kind of have a prominent spot. Then you're going to fill in with other areas. So like on this one, here's my basement floor plan. Now, this is a fairly small area. So I had a lot of room on the sheet, and I started looking for details to fill this in. Now, this was before shear walls were required. Probably I might try and put a shear wall in here in its place in today's world, okay, because you've got that at an 1/8 inch. So do your major plan first and go through and set up every sheet like it's ready to plot. Then come back with your details and try first to stick them with the plan they go with. After that, just put them where you can. Okay, put them where you can. Do you want to put them before the actual information comes that calls them out? I would be a little leery of that if you can, because you do have other things to take them in, like legends, window and door schedules, those types of things. You can come early if you need to. You know, so maybe take a shear plan and put it with this guy instead of a window and door schedule and put it with the other one. Yeah, you could probably do that because the shear plan goes with this also. And that's somewhat up to the judgment of the drafter putting the plan set together. All right, so yes, Kate.
Can you show me how you did like the foundation and floor?
The foundation and floor framing plan?
Yeah.
I don't have the one we're doing complete, but I can show you the one that was for the original structure. Actually, I deleted it. Let me, I use that for my site. Let me go re-get it. I still got it on the drawing. Got this color set, I can't hardly see anything. Where do I got those drawings? Okay, here's the original foundation. Rescale it. And let me turn on some layers here. Okay, can you see that okay? Now this one, keep in mind, this one was done a little bit differently than yours. On this, the original structure, the back half of this wasn't a daylight basement. This is the basement, this is a crawl space. So it's kind of flipped from what you folks did. But we flipped it for your lot because you had slope on your lot. So we took advantage of that. What did you want to see on here specifically, Gabe?
I just wasn't sure how you set it up, because.
I did have some details with this. I had this guy, and I'll tell you right now, the original was set up something like this, over on the side. And then I had these three details also on this sheet. I've moved them right out over here, let me kind of throw them back in here. Okay. So they went somewhere there where I had my deck set up, and then my piers. There's that same interior footing we just drew. Okay. And then I also had my crawl space, because this one had a substantially bigger crawl space, and I needed an interior footing on that. So I had three details on this sheet to go with it.
So we need our crawl space for them too?
No, you don't need your crawl space detail, it's a standard crawl space.
Is that in the notes?
What's that?
For the crawl space in the notes?
Now, if you want to do a detail of it, then
I don't want
we
to.
can cut a quick section of it and I'll draw it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. So I think this is the way the sheet was originally set up, Gabe. Did that answer your question? Yes?
Something I didn't add to my drawings, and it's kind of, it's the stairs off the deck. Do you want all that detail in there?
You know, we've
Yeah.
accomplished the goal of stairs, so
Okay,
I'm
so-
not going to stress your stairs off the deck a whole lot. But we're out of time.
Okay.
Okay, we've got to move forward with curriculum. Yeah, I think almost, you're not alone.
I mean, I could stop, I haven't stopped it, but I would detail the dimension we're doing with them. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions on this? Okay. What I'm going to do over the course of the next 2 days, tomorrow is going to be a non-lecture day. It's going to be a draw day. So we're going to come in and we're just going to get right after it. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to come around and try and sit down with each one of you. Remember when I handed you out a sheet of papers that was kind of like a punch list? Okay. I'm not going to go get with anybody for at least an hour. The first thing I'd like you to do this morning is you need to set these sheets up because you want to get this done. We're at the point you can do that. And it's going to tell you how everything's going to be displayed. Okay. So set that up. Second, pull out those things and go through and make yourself a punch list on each one of these plans so that you have something you can start checking off and you get organized. If you think you're going to do this up here, I'll tell you right now, you aren't going to get it done. Okay. You've got to have a punch list. Okay. Feel free to print yourself a hard copy if you want and redline yourself and make your punch list for it. Okay. It's a skill you need to know how to do, is to redline yourself too, right? Make those punch lists. Then I want to sit down with you and I want to go through it and kind of check it and say, hey, you know, you probably want to think about this, you might want to do this, whatever the case might be. It'll probably take a little bit, so it'll take at least a half hour to go through those punch lists with you and make sure we got a plan for completion. That's what we want to look to get. We can start then getting an idea of the time that you need to invest to make that plan happen. That's all I really want to do today. Is there any questions or thoughts to me? Okay, so marching orders are, set up your plots. You don't have to plot them, just get them all set up, ready to go. Title blocks all filled out, everything kind of, all that Moxnick stuff done. Then go back through, do a punch list of each drawing sheet. What do you need to still do on there? Then once you finish that, then we go back and we're gonna start checking stuff off that list and completing plans. Your floor plan, by the way, is now, should be pretty much done. Okay, so there's no more changes, we can dimension stuff, we can get them completed and not worry about having to trace all that back through.
We should leave it there.
All right, thanks for your time. The rest of the day is yours.
We need to do it in this. It was good.